What's good, YouTube? I'm Tony T.
King Dobby.
And you watching the best show on the internet? That's Debatable. Recently, a study was released that stated that the current minimum wage is not a livable wage. That in order to have a livable wage, you need to be earning $24 an hour to rent a 2-bedroom and $20 an hour to rent a 1-bedroom anywhere in the United States. So, my question for you today is, should the minimum wage be increased to fit a living wage?
Absolutely. The minimum wage right here is what it's like still. I think it's like still $7.50, $7.25 and shit like that. For that's cool for high school kids who don't have nothing and they don't really have a bill. They don't have a responsibility, so that's cool for them. They just have money in their pockets. For a college student, for an adult, for free to be working and still making $7.25 an hour, it's disrespectful. It's just I don't know, bro. It's really crazy. I feel like these companies, these corporations need to stop being greedy and just pay for motherfuckers what they worth. You know what I'm saying? Like waitressing jobs, they need to be paid hourly, not based off tips. Busing jobs need to be paid hourly, not based off the fucking waitress's tips. I don't know, bro. Shit just crazy.
All right, so yes, I do think minimum wage should be increased. I didn't think it was still like 7. I thought, because you see the signs where it says that they starting off at like $11 an hour. So it still needs to be increased. I feel like us, military wise, we make minimum wage, but we don't see it because we get all the extra benefits that come along with it. But if I wasn't in and I had to like work off of what I was making, granted my degree would help me, but raise minimum wage, raise it. There's too many people out here that's like struggling because they're not getting paid for what they work, their time, all their services. And as a server, because I used to be like a hookah girl, bottle girl, all that stuff, it was like $2.90.
Yeah, so don't shoot me, but I don't think that it should be increased to match that living wage of $24 or $20. And I say that because if you increase the wages, if you increase minimum wage, you make these companies have to pay people a certain amount. All you're going to do is offset them prices, them operating costs onto the consumers, and you're just going to fast track inflation, right? So boom, if I have to pay somebody $24 an hour, I'm probably going to either cut their hours so they'll end up making less money anyway, or I'm going to end up increasing the prices for all my services, increasing the prices of my products, or I might even outsource positions. So the jobs that were here, I'm going to go ahead and send them out to India, China, wherever they like to do cheap labor.
I get that people are, I don't want to say scared, but I get the thought of inflation would kind of intimidate most people, or shit, it even intimidates me. But I just, you know what I'm saying? I just can't say here people who still like barely being able to live. You know what I'm saying? Having a full-time job, having 2 jobs, and they barely make it. You know what I'm saying? That just don't seem right to me. I feel like people should be able to make more and not have to barely make it.
All right, Tony, you wrong, because you see inflation right now and minimum wage not even raised. Minimum wage is still the same, but you still see inflation. Like gas prices still went up. Rent is still going up, like even without minimum wage being raised. We had that conversation offline with mine. Like you still see inflation going up now because of COVID. So raising minimum wage won't do anything because inflation is already starting to rise. If anything, it should balance out.
Okay, so my argument was that it would fast track inflation, meaning inflation is happening already on its own. But the moment you tell companies they have to pay their employees $24 to $20 an hour, then that's going to fast track them increasing their wages dramatically. So it's going to end up negating and offsetting raising them the prices in the first place. It might work in the short term where people start to see benefits like, oh man, I'm making more money, I'm doing this. But that's just because companies are figuring out how they're gonna start raising their prices for their products, where they're gonna send those jobs in a little bit. They'll even start automating.
I could make it about minimum wage, but I start selling drugs. You got me fucked up. I can't. I'm a drug. Hey, I'm Power. I'm Tommy. Or what's his name? I'm Ghost. What you talking about?
I don't think it's already being fast tracked. Everything is already being raised. So I mean, either way, we're gonna be paying more money. But I mean, I would rather people get paid for what they work than worry about inflation. We're gonna always have inflation. We got inflation now.
So I do think that minimum wage should be increased, not to match the 24. I say maybe about 15 or so, or maybe just to stay on par with whatever the gradual inflation rate. But to make it match the living wage, it would dramatically increase inflation.
I would agree. I agree at 15.
Saying it in that way, yes. Saying it in that way, I would agree with that.
Man. I would say I agree to, like I said, raise the minimum wage. I say the $20 an hour. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You know, raise it to 14, 15. Fucking what's it called over here? The chicken place, Chick-fil-A. They got all their employees on $14, $15 an hour.
Yeah, so it's a lot of companies in a lot of different states that have already increased their minimum wage to about $15. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the national, like, mandated minimum wage, it's still at $7.25, and it's giving the states the opportunity and the companies the opportunity to make their own decision with that. But the biggest thing, like my biggest concern with raising it to match like the living wage of $24 an hour is, if I know I can make it just on minimum wage, right? You'll run into a lot of people who are overqualified, right? Applying for minimum wage jobs, because at the end of the day, I can live with this wage, right? So now you're having people who probably don't like the job they got, right? They end up quitting that job, just taking up a living wage job until they find something else they want, which removes a lot of people who are unskilled workers who don't have qualifications from being able to be employed in the first place, right? So think about it. If you, like, I think about people that, like, within my family or whatnot, who might not have went to school, who might not have went to a trade school, who just know how to be an unskilled laborer, right? They can work at like a cash register, they can go work at a factory, maybe they can go work in food services, right? But if somebody who has credentials decides they want to leave their job and to fill that in-between time that it might take 2-3 months to find a job that pays the salary they would like, they'll just go ahead and work at McDonald's for a couple of months, get that living wage, and then that's taking out teenagers who want to get some experience. That's taking out other people who need a job out of the loop. So,
thanks for watching this clip of That's Debatable. I'm Tony T. Be sure to give this video a like and comment your views down below. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how you felt about the video. But if you really want to support the channel, give this video a like and watch more clips by selecting the video to the left and to the right of me here.